Welcome to the Halftime Heroes with the latest sports news from around the peninsula with Adam Kelly, Peter Sasovich, Luke Harris and Neil Craig. Take it away, Adam.
G'day sports fans and welcome to another episode of the Halftime Heroes. It's going to be a very, very fun show this time around. What has been round 7, upcoming round 8 in Division 1 and 2 football for the MPFNL. As I look around the studio, it's a very different looking studio. Not a problem with it though, Kamish. Hello to you.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm bloody tip-top. Thanks for asking.
So we've gone up a notch or two with the coach in here.
Yes, yeah,
the coach on the other side of the thing.
What thing?
Well, the desk.
Oh, yeah, the desk.
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do know what you mean.
We're going up in standard.
Yeah, we are. Well,
very nice.
No spook.
That's what I mean.
We got a late call. Apparently he's at home, and the Tibetan cockfighting's on.
Yeah, Tibetan cockfighting.
A few weeks ago it was.
He's big on cock stuff.
He is. He's a cock man.
I heard the bleaching buggered up last night.
So 3rd degree burns.
Got caught up at Dalesford.
In the anus.
Yep. No, well.
You got caught up in Dalesford. No, Tibetan cockfighting, he said. That
can't miss
apparently
that.
It's a card that
the
cannot
card of
be...
the year. The card of the year.
Can't be missed. The card of the year. And you might have heard the dulcet tones all the way back from the jungle is, of course, Pete Sasovich. Hello to you, Sus.
Great to be back. Food poisoning and the whole lot. So
good on you, mate. You push through.
Yeah, push through those 85 fish cakes up in northern Thailand. Give you the tip, folks. Don't have fish cakes in Thailand.
Not 85. It might have been the problem. Just have like 8 or 5. Not 85.
85.
Okay, no.
It's a footy trip.
It's a fucking lot of fish cakes.
That's a lot of fish cakes. And when there's dogs getting around and why just keep going? You're not that hungry at the end of the day.
It was
no good.
So were you well received when you got back, Sus?
Yes. Yeah, apart from the electricity bill, yes, all good.
What do you mean?
Well, you jabbers left the friggin' heater on for 7 days.
That's no big deal. You got to give it a run.
Exactly.
Have a look at it.
Have it, mate. It's
just clocking over.
It looks like it's been going since 1954.
It has been. So it's good to be back. Had the golf trip. Special hello to the White Pointers down at Sorrento this morning.
Yes.
They'll be shaking off a 2 a.m. finish. So
well done to you.
Yeah,
you haven't lost your your performance abilities because you've too finished up at 2 a.m. this morning, and here you are with us.
Watched a couple of replays this morning.
Yep.
So
replays.
Of the MPF.
Oh, yeah.
And you missed out on the draw. You didn't go to the game. Obviously.
But I watched it and threw stuff at the TV.
Yeah.
So at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Was Timothy anywhere near you when that took place?
I wish he was because
he's a forward. He's got to try and mark.
You just don't mark 1 metre out from the goal when you got 15 seconds left on the clock.
But he didn't know that.
He didn't know.
Everyone was yelling out 10 seconds to go.
Well, he wanted to be the hero.
Sorry, Chief, but
Never mind.
He'll get me in spades on that one, I think.
Yeah, never mind.
No, never mind. Well, like I said off the top, Spook has been a late omission.
We're spookless.
We are spookless, but in his place. And I'd like to say at the last minute, but it wasn't at the last minute.
No.
This has been planned, unlike the Halftime Heroes to be planning.
There's one thing that's
shit.
planned in this freaking show, and it's getting a quality coach in. That's it. Then it stops.
Quality.
That's
Of
the planning
highest-
goes right out the window.
Of the highest order.
It just keeps on going up and up and up, doesn't it?
Quality
It
of
is
the
not a
highest
trajectory.
order as I welcome on Halftime Heroes for the first time, Jamie Molo, Senior Coach of Red Hill Football Netball Club.
Hey?
Well, what an introduction. Thanks for that.
Glowing.
I don't know if I can live to that.
No, you
Mate,
will.
you will
So
live
we'll make sure
to
you
that
do.
level.
Well above. Be careful because that's Spook's chair and you could end up in it, sliding off it. Who fucking knows
you
what's...
wouldn't know what's happening.
You'd probably check for something, go to the doctor afterwards. I'm not sure what that chair's going to contain. Let's kick the show right off with Division 2 football. What was round 7, of course. Very, very interesting was round 7 in Division 2. MPFNL, Kamish.
Yeah, no, it's nearly set itself.
It has.
We'll get to that.
We will. We've been saying it. It is looking very, very close. Bomb Beach on the board. Bomb Beach defeating.
Thank God for
Had
that.
to be done.
It was a must win.
Squeezed over the line.
A must win.
9 points, Jamie. And it was close. I was keeping an eye on the scores. It was close all day.
Yeah.
Would have been some toey Bomb Beach people.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Connells is a good man, good coach. They have changed their list dramatically from Divi 1 to obviously Divi 2, and I think we probably at times don't give credit enough to Divi 2 how strong it is, especially the top 5. So, yeah, I think they're on a bit of a journey, so hopefully they get some more wins.
It's interesting you say that, Jamie, isn't it? Because we see that, and Commish talking to coaches and things like that, we talk about the difference between Div 1 and Div 2 in the contest. But you're right. It's that top 4 to 5 that probably at any one time, although could struggle going into Div 1 football, still are very, very competitive.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's a big jump, Jamie.
It's huge.
And we're going to talk about that when we do the Coach's Corner. But the jump is a lot greater than what anyone can expect, I think. And it's hard to prepare for that. You can only recruit so well with so much cash and that sort of stuff. But it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's how you develop and how you retain and then how you recruit. So, but it is a big jump. And, but it's a good jump too. I mean,
absolutely.
You want to be challenged every week, so it's great.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Bomb Beach defeating, as the Commish said, by 9 points at Bomb Beach Reserve. The next game was Chelsea taking on Hastings, and it was, we'll just move on from that. Does anyone know? 112 points.
Who's coaching Hastings? Does anyone know? Could it be any more secretive?
To the half-time.
You know everything, Joe.
Well, no, I think Dunny is... There's talk
Brendan
of
Dunn.
Dunny. But yeah, Brendan Dunn, but... I don't know who coached him yesterday. There hasn't been nothing announced. So,
didn't you get the media to release
through the week?
No.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, what did it say?
I don't know. I didn't get it.
Fuck no. God almighty. Do we have to?
Well, I didn't get it. I was asking you if you got it.
Well, there was rumours floating around that the Goose might have been returning, but that was just made up, I think, at the end of the day.
That was made up in a bar in Chiang Mai in northern Thailand.
So a message went out to Will, that my boy plays footy with up in Tura, and he said, ask Will if his dad got it. And he goes, I don't know.
Yeah, no, exactly.
The kids are good these days, aren't they? I don't know what my dad's doing.
Yeah, plenty of info
Yeah,
there.
what do I know?
Well,
I only live with him.
112 points. I don't think anyone coached Hastings on Saturday. 112 points. That's
Jesus.
Not good, is it?
Yeah.
So, all right, let's say it's Brendan Dunn. Great guy, ripping coach, well reputed down the Hastings area. Premiership coach, player.
Player. Yeah, definitely player. I'm not sure whether he premiership. We played him in the granny, but not sure about coach, but definitely.
I don't think he was
player.
coach.
Yeah.
Jamie, you're walking into a club that's been clipped every week you go out. What's the
admin stuff off the field
what's
as well?
What's the first thing you do? What's your first thing you say to that playing group when you get them in the room?
You've got to address the losses clearly, but then you've got to just get them sort of galvanised as a group in more of a, and this is going to sound ridiculous because it's senior footy, but in more of a fun way.
Yep.
So we finish the year trying to make incremental gains, whether it not be beaten by 100, get beaten by 70, 60s, try to drop down and just have slow, steady gains that builds belief in them, and then get back to bare basics, fundamentals, and in quarters try to have little wins. So whether it's around the contest, whether it's kicking 3 or 4 a game, and try and build that belief back in the group, because clearly they would be hurting too, the players,
absolutely.
because they invest plenty.
Oh, God,
and the coach comes in and he does his thing and he has all these things he wants to do, but it's the playing group that you need to make sure are really galvanised.
Yeah.
And the first port of call wouldn't even be at training. It'd probably be getting them in a room, having a beer together and something to eat, and just saying, look, we know where we sit, we know what's happened, let's see what we can do moving forward for the last few rounds. You know?
So would you encourage that group by trying to do signings for next year now? Or how do you... we're not seeing the incremental gains, are we?
No, not at all. And that's the problem.
From us, from a distance.
No, you're not seeing it, and scoreboard definitely tells you that, but I think you'd have to retain all them. So you'd almost say to those blokes who are there now, what we do now is re-sign all you blokes. What
do you want to do?
Yeah,
guys?
do you
want to be in or out?
Yeah, that's right. And if you're in, let's go. Let's sign for the next 2 years.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's going to take time.
I like that.
And then we can go, what do we need? And then you need to go to some experience, clearly, because they don't have any.
Yeah.
And then start to look at those 26 to 30-year-olds who there's plenty of in the MPNFL and see if they want to come across. And most live in the local area. So it'd be just looking retaining what you got and then looking what you need.
Yep.
Yeah.
And someone like a Brendan Dunn would or could bring some to it. I reckon he's
Definitely.
well reputed, and he's
Yeah.
he's a good guy to be around. So
He's a very good bloke, and he's a very good
motivator.
football person.
Good motivator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's what they need. They need
Yeah.
a bit of motivation at the
Yeah.
moment because clearly those
we're not saying
results,
that Gav wasn't.
No, not
but
at
there
all.
was a missing piece there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Gav's a really good man. So
Well, just on that, what do you think? We don't know here at the halftime heroes. We don't know exactly what took place, but at a guess, what do you think's happened?
As a punter.
As a punter, what do you think's happened? Do you think Gav's gone, well, it's not working, I'm not your man? Or
No, I don't. I can't see Gav's character letting him do that.
Neither can I.
Jamie, I can't.
No.
I can't see his character, good guy, strong character, allowing that to happen.
no, me either. And sometimes it's just your message in the group, and if they're not responding or accepting
Yeah.
that message and in his way, that yes, you've got to change the coach, but also if you've got that built into your certain motivational way, then it's hard to change that.
If that was the
Yeah.
pitch, Jamie, wasn't it? If that was the pitch
Yeah.
at the start of the year to the the senior playing group, to the committee saying this is what I'm going to do, and then we're now looking at 6 rounds in,
Yeah.
and it's just not
Yeah.
working, and it's not well received, and there probably is a time where you've got to draw the line.
And maybe it was legitimately doing his head in.
Yeah, it
and you
was.
know what it's like
Yeah.
after a loss, Jamie.
Yeah.
You carry it for at least the week.
Yeah, it's all encompassing, like their loss. And
You got a fucking headache Saturday night. You don't really want if you got a social thing on. You don't want to go after a loss. You don't want to go to it. You're grumpy. You don't want to talk. Sundays are bloody terrible sometimes.
Yeah.
When you're getting clipped each week and each and every week by plenty, it seems that everyone just has their way with them. It's a hard thing to deal with.
Oh, it is, and Gav would be a man that would want those gains throughout the year, and he's not seeing them.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like when your message falls flat, you both come to an agreement to say, well,
Yeah.
it's no different to higher level, clearly, but Damien Hardwick and Richmond. Sometimes the
Yeah.
message is gone. And,
Yeah.
and then you can both sit down as adults and go, well, yep, it's the
Yeah.
best thing for the group. It's the best thing for me. I'm a resource only as a coach.
Yeah.
If you're not going to use me, well,
Yeah,
time for me
correct.
to go.
No, good.
No, very interesting. Time will tell.
it
We
is,
will
it is.
share it on the Halftime Heroes Facebook page. If we do find out anything, be sure of that. Next game she was going to be a cracker this game, but unbelievable. Crib Point getting over Somerville by
Somebody
1
had to
point.
win to stay in touch.
They
didn't
did.
We spoke
This
about
was a
last week.
must-win game. It was a must-win game for them. And at Somerville, they would have been absolutely going berserk in the members'
Well,
box.
now they sit two wins out of the 8. Out of the 5. That's progressing nicely. So they got to not only do to win those 2, they got to hope that the bottom of 3 and 4, 5 don't win. So it's a long way back when you're nearly mid-season next week.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you're two games out. But that I'm not sure whether Lockie Williams played.
Kick 2.
So Lockie did play. Sharpie out is huge.
Yep.
For them, and he's been playing really well at Frankston. Frankston beat
Sydney Swans.
Sydney?
Yeah, they're flying at the moment.
So,
Good mate of the show, Michael Robinson, said they haven't, Frankston, just a little tidbit, they haven't done this since 1999.
Okay, there you go. Wow, they're on the rise. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, but you miss those, Jamie, don't you? You miss those key pieces.
Yep.
You know, that forward that can go back and defend when he has to and get forward quickly. It's hard. Murph's gone. Sharp's gone.
Yep.
Roberts, they're key pieces.
Yes.
Not like it's...
Yep.
So they're... In some of his defence, they're probably doing really well to band-aid those areas, but gee, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
and Cribby got belief. Like they've got some really strong belief.
Their kids are dynamite.
Yeah.
And they've fought the good fight for a lot of years now.
They have, mate.
And they got to a point now they're going, let's see some reward, and
Yep.
they're getting it. And,
How good is it?
And
for
their
the comp?
off-field, they're really strong too. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's,
they are.
Great club.
They've got to intersect all the areas, and it's starting to for them.
Yep.
And
Yeah, we had Brad
Yeah.
Arnold in here a few weeks ago, and he
Yes.
was fantastic.
he's
He
a
was
good
up and
man.
about. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a really good bloke.
See, we've switched it around. You guys are thinking that everyone comes in here and gets burnt the week after.
No, well, there you go.
Pretty much.
Well, we torched Jimmy. He hasn't touched
Gone.
it since
Not
he's been
done
in.
nothing.
But Brad Arnold,
He's not even selling hot dogs out of the canteen.
Nothing. He's done. Done with us. Anyway.
He's done with you. You fucking bought him. Rye hosted a flying Devon Meadows. That would have been a win from them to keep it under
Yeah, that was
100
the minimum.
points.
That was the minimum.
96 points going down to an RJ Rowley reserve. Devon Meadows just keep soldiering on, don't they?
They do. But we had a conversation. We'll get back to that later about off air about sustainability and that sort of stuff. And it's going to be an interest. Can't wait for this final series.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I can't wait.
And,
Absolutely.
and who gets to that final series, as in players?
Correct.
Yep.
Because I think we hear Kent's out for a number of weeks, 6
Yes,
or 7 weeks.
7 weeks. Yep. Yep.
Another one we burnt.
No,
another one.
Exactly. What are you banging on about then?
Now, Jamie,
No
the
rider.
history is if you come in here, mate, you're fucking cooked. Like, you come in here and
I'm leaving
you
now.
don't do jack shit from here on. But
Jeez.
let's hope the Christ that it changes with you. But
Well, I need to have a look at
there's got to be something eerie about
I
this.
need to have it's a fucking garage. I need to have a look at Artsy's stats and make
Well, he's
sure.
obviously slated.
Well, that's true too. That's true. Seaford got the job done. Speaking of Tyab, got the job done over Tyab at RF Miles Reserve by 43 points.
Yeah, bit of a. What's going on with Ty?
Oh, I know.
Oh, it's Tyab-esque.
Yeah, it is
It's like they
Tyab-esque.
start really well and they peter out. And
Yeah, and if your top end's not flying, then you're relying on your role players, and because Corey Buck and Foxy, Sartre, Jake Greeley, they're guns.
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
So it's it's up and down.
Yeah, it is up and down. And the halftime heroes selection table that was round 7, Pearsdale hosted Edith Vale, and it did promise, as we suggested, a cracking game down at Pearsdale Rec Reserve. Edith Vale getting the job done, hurting
good win.
Pearsdale
Good
by
win,
18
Edie.
points.
Good win, solid win that. Edie had
Solid win.
Edie had one out, one back.
Yeah,
I mean, just watching a couple in front of them and just I like them.
They're just sitting in the back blocks there, just watching what's going up.
Quality footy team, well coached.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Vickery was a big in for them too this year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was huge.
Yeah, big set of
I'm
hands.
not sure he's kicking a whole lot of goals.
No, just contest wise.
Yeah, he's taking their best back and
Yep.
straight up. So,
Straight away.
Yeah, that's him out of the way.
That has been round 7 in Division 2 football. Commish takeaways for round 7.
Well, Chelsea did what they had to do. Probably a little bit more than what they had to do. The Cribby result, we touted that as the game of that. We touted that as a possible prelim final in May, and that result burns one of them. But gee, it brings the other one on by sort of leaps, doesn't it? That was like a leap game for Cribby.
It was huge.
So that my takeaway is the rise and rise of Cribby Footy Club, and who they got next week, Adam? Do we know?
Who's what, sorry?
Crib Point, who have they got next week?
Cribby have got, let me just bring up my little fancy. They've got Pearsdale at home.
Okay, right, a
home.
good game of footy too.
Good game of footy.
Yeah, there's a 50-50
They'll have
contest.
the bongo
But,
drums bouncing out.
Yeah, they will.
So
but you mentioned it before, Jamie. Crib Point have been around the money and had these really good kids coming through for 2 or 3, 4, 5 years now, and they're just starting to
5
bloom and that sort of stuff. So it's great to see them, like a suburb of Crib Point, getting behind their footy club. Great rooms, great club, well run, well coached. Can do some damage.
Oh, they can.
Come finals time. They've got that real good final sort of look about them. They
have, and they're well led by Brad as
Yeah.
well. And I just think they've had the pain, and they're starting to see the gain. And that builds such belief in the playing group.
Yeah, great.
Even when it starts to work, and Summy played off in a granny last year.
They did.
So to beat a side by 1 point yesterday goes we're winning certain
Absolutely.
ways. So I think they could fly from here. So
Could be a bit of a launching pad, you reckon, Jamie?
there's still some good sides. Like, it's hard. Like Devon is just a cut above.
Yeah.
If you had to, a 1 point win is nearly the win they wanted, wasn't it? I know it could have been 18 points, and I was watching the thing, and they were 7 points up, but not long to go, and then they were 13 points up. They were sort of always in front. But those 1 point wins show a bunch of character, don't they?
Yeah, resilience.
Whether they roll
Hold
some
on.
numbers back or whatever, but you hang on, and geez, you can build off those. You can watch that tape forever.
Yeah, good on them, and I think it's a great story if they do play finals this year. And I know there's a long way to go in the season, but it'd be an awesome story for Cribby.
Yeah,
so even if
agreed.
they got to a first final,
100%. Yeah, you've got to start somewhere.
yeah, yep.
Sus takeaways have you got any takeaways for me for round 7, please, in Division 1? Division 2, thanks, Commish. Jesus.
Pearsdale, I think, something's fallen off the boat there. So, EDFs.
That's harsh.
Yeah. Although they have, I mean, there's been some going-ons happening in the last probably fortnight, 3 weeks up there, which may have impacted things. So, but, I had them slated for top 3. They're still just...
They're fourth.
Yep, they're still hanging in there, but they need to regroup.
So
and get back.
can we get ballsy and lock that 5?
I think
Chelsea on 28 points, Devon on 24, Eddie on 24, Pearsdale on 20, Cribby on 20, drop down to Summy in 6th on 12.
And I think Summy plays
Can we
Seaford
can we
next week.
Jamie? Can we You're nearly mid-season. You're two wins out.
Yeah.
With no one else in front of you winning a game. How
you can.
You're nearly in it.
You're close.
Nearly.
But back
another week or two.
Yeah, another couple of weeks, I reckon.
Do you just flick Bomb Beach to the side?
Got to now.
Got to now?
Oh shit! No, they can't. What are they? One win. Yeah. You got to. Yeah,
Okay.
you can't. They'd have to win every game.
Yeah, that's true.
You need at least 10 wins to play finals footy.
Yeah.
They're one. You got 10 rounds left.
Jamie, I won't throw you under the bus and ask for your takeaways for Div 2.
You are a bit busy when
you are welcome.
Yeah.
I'm informed, but not that informed.
The upcoming round is, of course, round 8, and it is the reconciliation round in MPFNL. Let's take a quick look at it. Rye will be taking on Bomb Beach down at RJ Rowley Reserve.
Ooh.
Well, but there's another one for Bonnie.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
Rye are a bit hapless at the moment, aren't they?
No,
Unfortunately.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, Bonnie.
Yep, absolutely. Crib Point will take on, which is going to be a cracking game. Crib Point taking on Pearsdale at Crib Point Recreation Reserve.
Another final.
Another final.
Can Cribby lock
It
their
will be a
spot?
huge scalp.
Can they lock their spot?
Yep,
Gee, so it's 4v5.
Yep, another final.
Hanging on.
Another final. Hastings taking on Edithvale Aspendale at Hastings.
Oh, EDS have to win that.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Whether Brendan's there or not, unless he's playing.
Yeah. No,
Strap the boots on.
I don't think he would play.
He's a good
but-
footballer, Brendan.
Great footballer. But he's not going to play.
No, shit.
Karingal,
Don't do it, Brendan.
Karingal taking on Tyab at Karingal Rec Reserve.
Oh, yeah, Karingal.
Could is
my
this Tyab's moment?
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
You lose faith in them, don't
Just
you?
make shit up.
No, you just lose
five tosses
faith in
of
them.
a coin, and 4 of them go to Tyab, but one toss goes to Karingal.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that analogy mean?
Well, Karingal got a 20% chance of winning. You
No, well,
idiot.
fucking
Yeah, so
say that.
Karingal would probably beat
Tossing
Tyab. At
coins.
Karingal. At Karingal?
At Karingal.
Yeah, they would probably beat Tyab.
Yeah, they will.
Just
Oh,
on
jeez.
recent
I reckon they will.
I'll go with
form.
Tyab there.
Tyab
You're
had
gonna
a
go
horror
Tyab.
month.
Yeah. Try and save the show with Jimmy Freeman trying to get more than 5
Well,
touches.
we do want to get him back on the show, don't we? Somerville hosting Seaford at Somerville.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, somebody bounce back.
Must win for Somerville.
Bounce back. They've got to hang on. They've
Yep.
got to hang on to coattails now.
Yep,
Well, that
absolutely.
could-
Hope
Well,
that
in that
everyone falls
case
in front of
then-
them. Do a Bradbury.
Well, in that case, then, if Karingal scratch Tyab, if against Cribby, if Pearsdale do Cribby and Summy do, then it's only a one
Yeah,
correct.
match scenario.
Correct.
So
So
Yeah.
top 5 shit.
No, it's no. It's locked for mine.
It's locked?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
They ain't going to change.
All
Well,
right.
the order might change, but
Date stamp this. We'll put that on a reel. And the halftime heroes selection table of the round is in Division 2 will be Devon taking on Chelsea at Glover Reserve.
Wow.
It is going to be an epic game, this one.
1v2.
Do you think it's the finals? It's a glimpse at the finals at the end of the dance, the big dance.
Well, on paper, yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Because they've both been winning easy, Jamie, haven't they? Been leg in the air sort of stuff, and
Such different sides, such different make-ups, how they've got to where they are.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't underestimate Devon's talent. Like, it's just huge.
Yeah.
And it's not even just Paddy Ryder. Like, Joel Hillis,
Hillis.
he's just an absolute superstar.
Well,
You know?
it's been reported, Jamie, on a couple of occasions that once Joel goes down to the forward, they don't know what to do. The opposition can't kind of handle it. They can't match him up, and it makes it very difficult for the opposition coach to try and get a grip of him. Especially when you got potentially Paddy Ryder in there clunking everything. It's tough.
Chelsea will be well prepared though.
Yeah.
Yes.
There'll be a whole lot of scouting gone into. I think Kenty's out for a little while.
Yep.
I don't think he'll be playing.
that could be the difference.
Paddy, I'm not sure whether Paddy played yesterday.
No, wasn't available.
So he's out for a little bit. So that changes things a little bit. And Chelsea, there's two things they don't have to worry about. So
And it's the only time they play during the year.
Interesting.
Chelsea play the Devon ground really well too.
Yep.
They're hard to beat. That's a good game of footy.
It is a very good game of football.
Chelsea could probably
I think Chelsea for me. I think this is going to be the upset. Well, not really an upset because there is, like you said, Jamie. There's not much between them. Although they're two very different playing groups. Both come with lots of talent. And Kamish, how did you end up going with the Chelsea president? Is he going to be coming on or
the Chelsea coach?
The Chelsea coach.
No, he hasn't got back to me yet.
He hasn't got back.
You can. You just give us a call back, and
well, we will never mention.
Even though
we'll never mention
wouldn't have got
Chelsea
the great Jamie on.
Well, this is true, isn't it? This is true.
If that happens,
very true. Very true.
Jesus Christ.
Take the little wins.
Just take them. Now, if Spook was here, he'd say, no, Chelsea would win that because I don't think Devon are very well coached. And I think Chelsea will outcoach them. And, yeah, Chelsea for one.
You've got... That's going in the reels.
26 minutes and 30 seconds.
Well, they're not. They're just not well coached.
Devon aren't well.
Thanks, Spook.
I don't think they can coach. And, yeah. That's him, though, isn't it?
Yep. Oh, mate, that was fantastic. That's a wrap from Division 2 football and what was round 7. Upcoming round 8. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more Halftime Heroes.
When your loved ones live alone, it's concerning. So I had no problem changing providers when I saw a better option.
Whether it's helping the aged maintain their independence or providing an approved NDIS package for someone with a disability, a visit from one of Aftercare's qualified personal carers can make all the difference. Aftercare prides itself on tailoring personalised service to the aged and those with disabilities and has done for 21 years. If someone you love could receive better care in their own home, call Aftercare on 1300 464663 or visit after-care.com.au.
Changing was the best thing we ever did.
So let our family help your family.
Are you tired of spending endless hours on property maintenance? Look no further. Introducing Askanish, your premium solution for high-end property maintenance. Our expert team with years of golf course experience specialises in broadacre spraying and large area mowing, ensuring your property maintains its pristine condition. Say goodbye to hassle and say g'day to perfection with Askanish. To find out more, call Rob on 0407 362 328.
Welcome back to Halftime Heroes, the latest on local sport across the Mornington Peninsula.
Welcome back to Halftime Heroes. It's now time for the Coach's Corner with the commish, and joining him in the cone of silence, of course, is Jamie Molo. If you've just tuned in, the senior coach of Red Hill Football Netball Club. I love it. I love Jamie. I love Red Hill. I love the money that's up there. So much money. So much money.
Have great ladies.
Wines, the wines they get on the presidents, the wines, the Pinots. Bloody hell. Take it away. The card. No, God, you're kidding me. The lady in the boat, I don't think so.
Jamie.
Yes.
Let's just settle this.
All right, the cone of silence.
Thanks for coming in.
Oh,
now, you don't live locally. I know that, and I appreciate you coming down from the 45-minute trip down the Pearn Highway.
Yeah, Hampton. Live in Hampton.
Hampton.
So, yeah.
It's going very nicely.
No, lived there for a long time.
Right.
Poured in the Great Depression.
Yeah,
but Jamie,
generational.
Yeah, all right. Bit of a hand-me-down. I love him. Never got one.
No.
You've been coaching for years and years and years at different levels. What first attracted you to coaching, mate? And sort of the how and why question. What does Jamie get out of it? What do you love about it? How long you been doing it? Why are you doing it?
Well, I played for a long period. Probably played 60 senior games. Had a business. I'm an electrician, so I had an electrical business. Got to a point where it just wasn't sustainable to continue playing.
Okay.
Because I had to grow the business and had a young family, or had one daughter at that stage. So had a bit of time off, missed footy terribly, kept going. Then sort of had a bit of a chat to a few people about some coaching roles, some development roles. And so in 2008, I went to Northern Knights.
Yep.
And 2009, I was there as well as an assistant coach.
Yep.
And under Slattery, Paul Satterley and Dennis Pagan.
Right.
And enjoyed that immensely from a development point of view. And then, but I've always loved the educational side. Yep. And I've always loved trying to get the best out of a playing group, of different ages and demographics and experience. So I guess, it drew me in because, one, my mum and dad, we grew up in footy clubs. So my dad coached footy, my mum coached netball. Right. So as kids, we were running around.
And where was that, mate?
Everywhere. We used to move a lot, so we'd go from Ballarat League, Kangaroo Flat. Okay. We'd get around.
So country footy.
Yeah, because Dad played 19s and reserves at North Melbourne, and my uncle played seniors at North Melbourne.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And
the bloodlines are.
Yeah, so and then Dad couldn't afford to stay playing because back then you got hardly any money.
Yeah,
so
it was an amateur sport.
It was an amateur sport. So he was a sales rep and ended up taking local footy as extra money.
Right.
So, yeah, it was sort of... So we were always kicking the footy at half-time in the rooms, listening to him. And then Mum was netball. The girls were with Mum at netball. And so that's how it started, the passion. And then playing was normal. And then when I got to a certain age and I knew I couldn't play anymore, when I hit that 30-plus age, I sort of thought, well, the next part is trying to educate what I know and then learn myself, keep educating myself. So I started the coaching journey. So it was awesome. So I learned a lot at Northern Knights from a tactical and a systematical point of view.
Absolutely, yeah. Had some great mentors there.
Yeah, they were good and they were very, very different. Like very different coaches, very different people. Like Pagan had a huge success, 19s and then AFL, and then came to a development league, which was different.
Yeah.
And I still remember that we had a game against Stingrays and... we were in TAC back then. You were allowed to start your formation as a zone, but you couldn't hold it. You had to split it as soon as the ball started to roll, and we were instructed to hold the zone, right? So as a group, and Yader was coaching the Andy Stingrays, and we'd beaten them that day, and they were tracking a bit better than us. And in the rooms after, it was just this almighty. Between two big personalities, you're not allowed to do this, and so
it was on.
So it did teach me a lot about, but from a system and structure point of view, it was awesome.
Yeah, right.
So then I kind of went there, and then went to Goose at 2010 at Frankston. So me and Paddy were in the development team.
Yep.
And once again, so I said to Goose, I'll do the development, but I want to be the runner in the seniors because I want to be able to educate the system and structures you want to put in place. Yeah. So I did that the first year. And then stepped up to the senior back line role for the next 3 years.
Okay.
So
that was what years?
That was 10, 11, 12 and 13.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was there with him. It was great. Learned a lot about different aspects of, obviously VFL footy. In between, our development side was constantly injured, so all the coaches had to play at some stage, which was ridiculous at our age, but we had to fill in and play. But that's just what you had to do to get the... So I remember there was a Williamstown game. They were affiliated with Bulldogs at the time, I think. Yep. And then there was Box Hill, who were Hawks, but you just did what you had to do, and but I learned a lot from the boys like Paddy and Goose, and certainly around about reviews, so more so how to set them up and how to do them properly, and then also from a systematic point of view. So and then just watching us struggle as a local team, we pretty much were a VFL team that was a local team.
Yeah, yeah.
Then finally by the last year, my last year. Guys like Cole Martin had come, so we were starting to get some foothold in the competition. So it started to get a lot better. And then I just went off from there. I went off and I wanted to be a senior coach. So that's when I started at Oakley in the amateurs and had there 4 years. And, got to finals my last year. On the Monday, I just resigned. And then Lee Stafford and Roger Siverson rang and said, would you be interested in coming down just talking to us? And they'd got my number off Paddy.
Still living in Hampton?
Still living in Hampton the whole time.
To the hill?
Yeah. Okay. So then I said, all right. So I came down, met with both those two, put together what I thought I could do with the list and where the list sat, and they'd made elimination finals. And so, so I just had a quick interview. Then the morning that their 19s were playing in the Granny.
What year was that, Jamie?
That was 2018.
Yep.
So, but 2017 is when I met with them. Because that was the year, I think, they were starting, their 19s were playing in the Granny that morning.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I just said, I want to meet with the leaders though, like the play, so Marcus Delago. And so we met at a cafe down at Mount Martha. And that was the morning they just said...
And they rubber stamped it?
They just said, well, it was funny because I was in...
Envelope under the table?
No, I wish. But, yeah. So, but...
Oh, no, that's what we did, sorry.
That's right. So that was great. And then I signed, and it's 218, 219, and we obviously won a flag in 219 and heartbreaking loss in 218, but you need to lose one to win one. And
correct.
So in Dramana, we know what Dramana have gone on to do. So And then we jumped. Well, we had 220 COVID, so we lost that whole year.
Yep.
And then 21, we had no pre-season.
None.
Then we had some games, and then we stopped, and then we started.
Yep.
So it was a real development.
Yeah, it was.
It was every team.
Yeah,
but,
it was.
in 2022, we just put together 22, 23, and now 24. Hopefully, bear fruit.
Yeah.
So
no, good. So we'll get to Red Hill. A few questions now. Don't jump ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. We get
So
up.
we had
led.
Lee McQuillan in here a couple of weeks ago, and we spoke about coaching philosophy. So across your journey, you've obviously been coaching for many, many years. The attitude of young people in general, and probably since COVID, how have you had to adjust the way you go about things?
Yeah, definitely. I've always been relationship centred, so I've always had that part of me. And to know the players before you can instruct them on, and get to know the group before you put a game style in place.
Yep.
So I've always had that, and I've always had that stretch and support dial. So you want to get the best out of them, but you have to be able to support them in different ways, and 60 players have different ways of learning. So yeah, it has been having to adjust and change. And if you were to talk to people at Red Hill from 2018 to now, yeah, I'm different to what I was back then. I was probably more driven, more about what we need to do. Now I'm more about what we have to do, as in how we're going to go about it. So yeah, I've changed even in those 6 years or 7 years.
Yeah.
So.
And do you think you've got results out of that? So there's a marked improvement in the attitude of the players through you adjusting to do that?
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
and noticeable improvement?
A noticeable this year in particular. Last year, back end, we started to see it. But and we saw it a bit in 22, but they were kids and they were in 10 to 15 games. Now they're in 40 to 50. And, and there's guys in our side like Dan Frampton, who we think is a veteran, but he's only at 50-something games. So it's...
His name's been around forever.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time. But I have had to adjust myself and my style of addressing players.
Yeah.
I was never a yeller and screamer. I think I've only done that once or twice over the journey, and I target certain blokes because they can take it. And
they deserve a spray.
And sometimes if you do it to them, who are more senior players, the younger guys go, "Oh, hang on," if he's doing it to them. So you do have to adjust your mannerisms around, or the way you go about it sometimes.
Yeah. So we spruik Red Hill all the time here, how we like the way it's developing, and you're coming through, you're doing everything right. You're just coming through the ranks, and you look really, really good. And I watched you yesterday against my mob. That's a holistic development through the club, Jamie? I know that you had a few recruits a couple of years ago, and they've sort of come and gone, but now it seems to be a really settled list. Would that be fair? And you're sort of breeding from within, kind of thing?
Definitely. My biggest philosophy around coaching is retain and develop.
Yeah.
And the majority, and then you do have to recruit for need, and we have done that this year. And but you do have to. But I think 80% of your list has to come from what you have, and I think you don't change your game style dramatically over the time with that same group. You kind of incrementally improve it, or you add to it. Yeah. But if you try changing it every year, the group just they can't get a good foothold in what you're trying to do. Yeah. So I think it has been definitely retained and developed.
Yeah. So you've got a set plan of how you want to play. Yeah. You want to set up.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of next man in.
Yeah, we hope that's yes. We had that since 2018-19.
Yeah.
We were pretty organised.
Okay.
Back then it was different because we had more senior players.
Yeah, okay.
Or not senior, but they were 28, 29. Yeah. And they could then out in the field, because your best coaches, assistants are the ones on the field. Yeah. So they could actually implement that game style for long periods. Now it's getting to that point again, trying to get them to do it on field. So, yeah.
You play an aggressive brand of football. I've only seen you play one game, it was yesterday. It was aggressive, it was hard at it, and was only Mount Eliza just got you on the outside by being a little bit cleaner, really. Only for a short period. It was a good game of footy for a long while. Is that's taught you? Are they hard at it? Is training about being aggressive and hard at it and never give up? I mean, obviously not never give up, but it's noticeably aggressive at the footy.
Yeah, one of our values, player-driven values, is to play the game out right to the end and to actually be hard to play against. Yeah. So
that was clear.
Yeah, and we were like contested. So our contested brand was down last year, way down. So we had to get more. We had to get better around the contested ball side. Okay. And then we knew once we got it to the outside, we had to
You've been a high possession team traditionally, haven't you?
Yeah, and we've dropped that this year.
Yeah,
we've still got it. We're still a high possession team, but we want to be a quick territory team, but to do that, you got to win hardball first.
Yeah.
And then you got to get it.
Then
You got to get your territory.
Yeah, and that was Mount Eliza yesterday. Your best laid plans you go in with, they got to implement and execute it, and it was to cover that, to own the outside.
Yeah.
And didn't work in the first. We're collapsing in. Second, we got it right, and we obviously kicked 5 in a row. Third, we got it wrong, and they were just so disciplined at holding their shape around. So yeah, it is. It's definitely around contested ball, trying to get better there, and then getting it to the outside where we can move the ball quickly.
Expectations moving forward. You're obviously building, and as we say, we've been watching closely, and over the last 2 or 3 years, it's just that build, that really nice slow burn.
Yep.
So I guess 2024, how does 2025-6 look? Is there, look like you could and should play finals this year. 25-26, you're looking to win a flag?
Yes. Yeah, so definitely this year we would consider it at Red Hill not a great year if we don't make finals.
Yep.
So if we don't make the 5,
that was the tick.
That's the tick for us.
Okay.
And look, things like Jonah going down,
that's the next one.
Yeah, but I think that's definitely the goal. And we know it'll be tough. Top 3 are clear top 3, and then there's the next level down from that. So we're trying to close a gap between us and the top 3, and trying to maintain a good gap between the rest if we can, and that's hard because it's such an even comp.
Yeah, it is.
And 10% you get beat, 15% you get smacked, and we learnt that against YC.
So those folks who don't know, Jonah Siverson called it quits throughout the week through concussion, and it's great to see that the message from the higher level is coming down to our level, and we're taking concussion seriously. Yeah. Though it's bad luck for Jonah and the Siverson family and you, Jamie. Yep. Who's the next Jonah Siverson at Red Hill Footy Club?
Well, we've elevated.
He's hard to replace. You're not going to replace Jonah.
Never replace Jonah.
He's not just as a player and a leader, but as a person. Right. He's very hard to replace in that regard.
Well, the person will be there.
Yeah, the person will be there. He'll be running for us for the rest of the year, and he'll help on field. And,
sure.
But yeah, it is hard, and Josh Mull was definitely, like Michael Mock will step up as captain, which is a great in because he's a well-respected leader. Yep. So him and Josh Mull will be elevated to co-captains.
Right.
Josh Mull's still coming back through the twos for injury because he hasn't played since YC or senior footy since YC last year. Yeah. And then Harry Sullivan, Dan Frenton have been elevated to vices. So it's a good mix. There's
from one bad news story you can sort of
you can take a bit, and Jonah was big on that. Like it was clear him getting to the 8th concussion was always the conversation.
Yeah, right.
When that happened, it was always going to stop. So,
and how did he go about it? Obviously, an emotional time at the footy club on Thursday night.
Well, Sunday he rang me and he was out of control emotionally, which you'd understand. And so it was innocuous, head knock in a marking contest, nothing. We took him off, left him off.
And all the time thinking, well,
I kind of knew that was done. Yeah. And
so did he probably.
Yeah, he did straight away. And so Sunday night was very emotional. Monday night was very emotional. And then I just said to him, it's the right call, mate. Yeah. You're a smart young man. You've got a great career ahead of you. You got he could be a great coach in time. There's so much more than local footy. Yeah. So just let's make the call. And he made the call, and
he's done it all.
He's done it all. And that's what when we put it up, we didn't realise. Then the messages yesterday, not yesterday, across 2 days from the league in general, was amazing. And so he's well respected. 2022, we had terrible year. We won 7.5 games, whatever, but we didn't have a great year. But he was named captain of the team of the year. Yeah. Now, that's the respect he has from his peers and his coaches.
And we'll always have that.
Hard to replace, but I think the guys coming in and they showed yesterday that they can do it as well. But what I said to the other captain is what Jonah was good at is he realigns the group.
Yeah,
so when there's something going wrong on the field, he just gets them in, realigns them, then we get back out again.
Going to be there doing that,
though, so he's going to be there.
Exactly.
So let's hope that Jonah's brave step for doing this, it sort of opens the door and leaves a bit of a legacy for anyone who don't hide your concussions.
No.
I mean, if you had 7 or 8 or 9, it's 3 or 4 too many.
Yeah.
So to have, ballsy up and call it, because guys, you've got to live for a long, long time, and you don't want to be. The Tuck story was horrible, and what it can do to you is no good. Jamie, thanks for coming in. You're going to stay with us for Division 1.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
But we do appreciate you coming down all the way from Hampton. Must be Hampton.
The bad part of Hampton.
The
dodgy part.
Is there?
Yeah,
Back
the dodgy
streets
part.
of Hampton.
Yeah, that's right, the dodgy part.
Mate, we could talk all afternoon. I love the coaches part of it, but good luck for the rest of the year.
Yeah, thanks.
Stick with us,
Yeah.
and maybe Jamie might have informed part of the panel at the end of the...
Oh, I like that.
He's on the podium, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Coach's Corner doesn't get any better than that, Commish. Well done to you. Thank you, Jamie. That was absolutely fantastic. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with Division 1 football.
Not all in-home care is the same. Aftercare has 21 years' experience matching clients to carers. For more personalised help with things like shopping, gardening, domestic chores and personal care. If someone you love could receive better care in their home, why wouldn't you change? Call Aftercare on 1300 464663 or visit after-care.com.au.
So let our family help your family.
Are you tired of spending endless hours on property maintenance? Look no further. Introducing Askanish, your premium solution for high-end property maintenance. Our expert team with years of golf course experience specialises in broadacre spraying and large area mowing, ensuring your property maintains its pristine condition. Say goodbye to hassle and say g'day to perfection with Askanish. To find out more, call Rob on 0407 362 328.
Welcome back to Halftime Heroes, the latest on local sport across the Mornington Peninsula.
Welcome back to the Halftime Heroes. It's now time for Division 1 football, what has been round 7 coming into round 8. But before we go into that, Commish, we were having just a little off-air conversation, and I think you mentioned it might be worth a mention.
Well, it's just what coaches have to do to get... I mean, Jamie's been coaching for 18 years, which is it beggars belief, really, Jamie. It's a huge effort. But you've got an 18-year-old daughter that plays, Lucy, who plays state netball.
She's the 16-year-old.
16. She's 16. So you can't get to see her play because you're either preparing for a game or during a game or scouting and that sort of stuff. So it has to. All the elements of your family have to buy in, don't they? And they have to love it. And the off-air conversation was that you sit down Friday night and watch the footy and and probably whether your wife helps you review the tapes and that sort of. We know that the Mornington, who's our great friend at Mornington, Shane, his wife does
Rambo.
Does the filming of the games, that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so it's all encompassing, mate, isn't it?
It is, and Lily, my 18-year-old, played at Red Hill, which was great because Thursday night we could travel and have dinner.
Yeah.
So there was one bit, and then Luce, the first thing they do is message me, and whether it's pre-game or after game, and so it is, and you got to smell the rose. And this year I wanted to do that a bit more, so I can give it a bit more to the coaches, assistant coaches, and me get to go watch Luce or get to go take her to training, and so it is, but it is all encompassing, and it's a very selfish.
It is,
but it's we preach team first, but then we can be selfish family wise sometimes, and. But they get it and they love it too, and so it's
But for the average punter around the footy clubs, it's sometimes lost on them. They just see you standing on the boundary line from 2:45 till 4:15 on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And Jamie Muller's a coach, but it's all the stuff in between. I mean, it's the hours in between. It's not going to Lucy's games and that sort of stuff. It gets lost on people.
But
so give the coaches a bit of a cop out.
Yeah, but too, you've coached too. It's not even the game day training. It's then watching the vision. It's then
it's all the
50 million phone calls after a loss to say how'd I go.
Yeah, it's the messages you have to send and of encouragement.
So in between trying to have your own Sunday to yourself and get ready for next week. So
yeah, no, good on you.
And you mentioned off air too, Commish, that Steph and the kids would, after a loss, would just clear out.
Well, Steph was a great sounding board for me. I sort of say, well, these guys aren't getting the message. I'm done. And I reckon I walked in half a dozen times and said that, and I'm cooked. I'm done. Yeah, because they're just not getting. They were getting the message, just we got outplayed. But you're so emotional after a game, Jamie, aren't you? It all fucking flows out, and
it does, and you got to let it in.
It is because you have this huge build up throughout the week. You got selection on Thursday night, and there's pressure on selection 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
and then you get to a game, and you might have made the right or wrong call with that selection, and it could cost you 4 points. That sort of stuff. It's so. If you're not emotional with it, you're not in it.
No, that's
if you're not,
very, very good point.
Yeah. And
Very,
that's,
very good point.
It's important to have that emotion, let it out. Or let the
But
hour
you've got to be
try
able
to
to. You've got to be able to let it go. And some of these coaching seminars they run, the one thing they haven't done is how to deal with letting stuff go. And they can teach you how to,
do drills and
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Set the cones up.
Yeah.
But they need to run some seminars on. I think they might be starting on wellness.
Yeah.
They might be starting to do it now. It might have been Paddy Swain driven, but it's it's wellness, looking after each other as coaches. And I know that a couple of years ago there was a couple of forums
there
at
was.
St Kilda Footy Club, and when you and I were there together.
Yep.
There hasn't been one since, has there?
No. And
so
Paddy-
the AFL Southeast need to get that back.
They
going.
do, and Paddy Swain, like we speak after every game nearly. Like he will ring on Sunday or Monday on his way to school, and
He's a great guy to talk to, just to get shit off your chest. He's great.
Him and
'Cause he's been
Connells,
done it.
even at Bomb Beach, we had a good relationship last year because we were all kind of Paddy was there, and we were kind of Bonnie and us were kind of vying for. We were trying to stay up, they were trying to stay up. And so you just have some connections there, and and you just text each other before each game. Good luck.
Yeah.
I know we're all trying to win, but
correct.
we're all
It's a
mates
game
as well.
It's a game.
Exactly.
So,
At the end of the day, it's just a game.
Keep us together.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah, a game
good.
that
It's
is
just a game.
Yeah,
It's a game of
only
war.
a game.
Kill or be killed. Let's go straight into round 7 in Division 1 football for the MPFNL. Frankston hosted the Pines Football Club at Baxter Park, going down Pines by 7 points.
Good
well
win,
done,
Luke.
yeah, well done, Spook.
Maybe his head wobbled so much it fell off, and that's why he couldn't come in. The head wobble just went.
Well, when do
doing.
when do Bombers play?
Today.
Today.
Oh, the stars are starting.
He's lining up at the gates.
Absolutely.
A little ticket to the fence so he could touch the place.
He's trying to-
Oh, don't touch the place.
Don't
what,
touch.
What was your spin on that Collingwood? The Collingwood guy.
Yeah, move on.
Jesus,
Nothing.
was that
Ridiculous.
nothing?
That was ridiculous.
That was nothing. Was it?
Well, if
It was a
if the
slap.
player had a it was a cuddle. It looked more like
No,
he
but
just,
it was a slap for the bloke who did it. That's
oh
it.
yeah.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, right? This is what will happen is that in 3 months' time he will put a appeal in. He'll get let off. There'll be no comms about it, and he'll be back at the
Absolutely, and so
back
he
at the
should
foot.
be.
There's nothing in that.
Because when he came up on the, you guys saw it, when he came up on the newsreel, I thought, have a look at this
know.
bloke got a paint. But the way he spoke, he was so remorseful. He just loves the pies.
Yeah. Who couldn't love the Pies, I say?
Well,
Stuff you,
Lock him up
Crows.
and throw away the
4 points, the best win.
Oh,
Close.
then that wasn't. Did he run too far? Did you see it, Jamie?
come
on, Jamie.
I reckon he did, but
Jesus, it happens 300 times a game then.
Yeah, it does. But then there was
So that-
2 minutes later,
the
there was
umpires
another
get
free
involved in
kick
that.
to Lockie Schultz. So you just swings
I
it,
know nothing.
swings it around.
Nothing.
Yeah, we sit next to me, you fucker, so you just be...
Right, come on. What happened?
Behave.
Frankston beat the Pines?
Yes.
So the Pines are... What was Paddy spinning? Have you spoke to Paddy?
Yeah, I think they are young. Like no matter what we say, and like they've lost that obviously experienced talent with Aaron Edwards, a few others, Luke Potts, all the other guys, and
Dane Swan.
Dane Swan, and then they got Richards was out for a little bit, and so I think they're just in that stage where they're finding their way with their young guys, and so like every young side, you can play really well for a half, and then you seem to drop away in patches, and in this competition, you drop away, you get beat.
Yeah, correct. I know Frankston, the Bombers are in a similar spot. Luke talks about how young they are, and that's another stepping stone for them. So well done.
Come from behind, win.
Yeah, they got some good talent too, the young talent, and So
I know Seth, his young fellow, was back and he goes good.
Yeah.
But he's at Box Hill now, going through their midfield at Box Hill, I think, which is fantastic for him. Back from Darwin, won a flag up there. Great little player.
And Garrett's
Hard at
Bailey Welsh is back now, but Garrett was a big loss because he's such a good defender.
Yeah.
And just
Bailey
does
gives him
his job.
speed, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
Outside
does.
speed.
Yeah. So they'll be right. They'll be okay.
Yep.
Grandy kicking 5.
Yes.
So very.
Must have had some nice ball coming in.
Absolutely.
Maybe from Seth.
Next game on the list was Langwarren hosting a Rosebud Football Netball Club up at Lloyd Park. Rosebud getting the job by 10 points.
Jeez.
What? Are you just checking?
Langy. Rosebud. spin on Rosebud, Jamie.
We play them next week, so we've got, but we've had a good look at them, and at their best, like when they're playing a consistent. And I think Kuipers, is it? He straightens them up a lot.
He does.
But he competes hard, so he brings everyone at ground level into play, and so I think, they can be damaging, but they're just not consistent at the moment. A lot of us,
We talk on here about Langy, Red Hill 2 years ago.
Yes.
Do you see some similarities there?
Yeah, very much. And
they're just they're slow burn.
So
they're building nicely.
We had them last week, and their pressure in the first half was just immense.
Yep.
And it forced us into errors, and it was no secret because every game they've done it.
Yeah.
But then we knew that third term, hopefully with their young group, we could get it back on our terms via contest, and we were able to. And so, they're a really good build.
Yeah,
Beardy and Maury are doing a great job, I reckon.
Yeah.
So, and they're very young, very young. I think Billy Rolfe went back in there yesterday. Harry Money on his day is really good, but it's a great league, and there's some great defenders. So
it's almost like these teams that come up from Divi 2 to Division 1 they get through, if they can get through the first 12 months, like they go slappity slap across the face a few times, and then they straighten up, don't they?
Yeah.
They sort of know what they're in for. But I think the shock of the first year of coming into Division 1, if you can get through that, like you guys did, and Langwarrin.
You just got to hang on sometimes.
But Mornington are just finding that out now, aren't they?
They are, and but they got some really good talent, Mornington. So
God, yeah.
Speaking of Mornington, they hosted Sorrento, the Sharks, at Alexandra Park, and it was a draw.
Jesus. So, Sus, were you there?
Yeah, technically.
No. Oh, no, you weren't. Sorry, no.
I watched the replay this morning, so that was really interesting. Both sides, with 2 minutes left, had opportunities to score, and we're talking 2 metres out from each goal square, goal line, and kick the ball or punch it through. And Jesus, if you're a coach, you would have been doing your head in, because the opportunity to place it through the goals was there. So
but if you give them a behind, you give them the ball back. Yeah. So if you're, I'm wanting my forward to try and mark it. But what do you reckon, Jamie? I don't want to give them the ball back with 45 seconds to go up. Mornington goes the other way real quick.
Yeah, because we talk about getting a kick in as being able to engage in momentum, and so depending on the clock too, depends how much time. If it's 5 minutes to go, definitely punch it through, get it going. A minute to go, it might be different. You might go, no, we just got to save this and get it rolling back the other way. Might not have time. So
we love our draws, don't we? Would you like to see a few minutes each way to try and split it? At the end of a draw, did we like our draws?
I don't mind them. I think it gives it 2 points and it makes the ladder interesting.
I like it. I like the draw. Yeah. Not in finals. But,
was that a fitting result, Sus, after watching the replay? A draw? Was there one team?
No, it was neck and neck all.
Right, that's how it's a fitting
all day,
result.
So
okay,
good play. Adrian Speedy kicked the equaliser, we'll call it, with a free kick 15 metres out.
Timmy named in the best too, Sus.
He kicked 5.
Oh, did he? But you still berate him.
Absolutely.
I didn't berate him.
You're hard. Well, you did.
I'm just saying, Tim, just punch the ball through when you're 1 metre out from the frigging goal, and don't try chest mark. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I hope you hear that, Tim.
It's a fine line.
What do you think he listens?
Chest mark with 3 Sorrento guys hovering over you, or punch it through.
Well, you want to take
it on. All very well in hindsight.
Got to take it on.
I'd want my forwards trying to mark it.
Absolutely take the game on.
The ball back.
Yeah. The next game, of course, was Mount Eliza taking on Red Hill at Emil Madsen Reserve. Good. And your boys, Jamie, going down to Mount Eliza by 23 points.
Good spirited game of footy.
Yeah, it was.
Good, tough.
Yeah.
Tough, I like that. It was a good look.
It could have, Jamie, correct me if I'm wrong, but it could have blown out. Mount Eliza kicking 19 points, 12-19, 91.
Yeah, it could have. Probably 6 of those rushed.
Not good looking at it.
Yep.
Yeah. Because we want to get the ball back. But, half time we're neck and neck. 3 points. We had a really good second quarter. But, they're a really class outfit, and I think their midfield...
Really good second quarter.
Their midfield equals YC and Dramana, in my opinion.
Yep.
And Dramana's clearly a step ahead, but then there's YC and Mount Eliza, then YC, and then the rest of us. So, they're a really good outfit, and they've got some good young talent. Like Toledo's a really good forward, and he just competes hard, and they're a good side.
You both held structure really well.
Yeah, I think
no one really got sucked in.
Yeah. So Rick's a really good organised coach.
Yeah.
And,
they always seem to have that outlet kicked, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's us. We just collapsed in at times, and we opened up that outlet, and the best laid plans are great, but they've got to implement them and execute them.
Yeah, sure.
And then it's the emotion of the game. So
Yeah.
if they're getting a lot of ball inside, and Finn Bain does it better than anyone, if they're getting a lot of that, you kind of want to get 2 to 3 to the tackle, but then you're leaving open the outside. So, we just got to not buy into that emotionally and actually hold our shape better.
Yeah.
And then when we did in the second, we were pretty damaging ourselves.
Yeah, okay. So that's what you'll take away from the game? Okay.
Definitely. And also take away, we got to get more inside 50s. We didn't have enough supply. Like, our forwards kicked well, really efficient. We had 5 from Ollie, 3 from Torren, but I think we only had 30 inside 50s, so it's not enough.
Yeah, sure.
You need to give them more supply to actually do a bit more damage, and that comes back to the midfield.
Midfield dominance of... Yeah, okay. Excellent.
And the last game of the round was the halftime hero selection table, boys. Dramana taking on Frankston at Dramana Rec Reserve. Dramana getting the job done by 61 points. That is as Jamie was just saying, that clear... sort of, the top of the table, Dramana just up there by themselves. But Kamish, or actually no, it was you, Sus, was saying that you'd touch base with Goons and, a few outs.
So, Luca playing with Carlton, so didn't get much match time at Carlton, which is strange. But did well, so and a couple of outs. So might be some swings and roundabouts there, but again, Dramana just clearly out there at the moment.
Jake Arts, of course, coming on the show last week, and he did perform, although not on the best. Ryan Morrison, Billy Gertz, Sam Fowler, Clayton Gay and Jordan Andrews listed as their best players, and Hura, Muir, Barry, geez, he's fantastic. Zachary Barrett, named for the YCW. So that was the selection table match of the day in round 7, Kamish.
So, Jamie, would you, when you play Dramana, obviously you think they're a cut above, they're on their own. Do you set up differently? Do they draw you away from what you want to do?
Yeah, they do.
Do you want to... They take away what you want.
Yeah, you try to take... They got a really quick, slick handball game, and they break the lines via their hands, where others try to break the lines via either taking the tackle on or by foot. And you try to... thing is, you try to take one part of their game away, and then something else comes up. And the day we played, no Arts, no Fowler, right?
No Billy.
No, so it was
But you were in that game for a good wee while.
Into the last quarter, we were in it, and... Yeah, so you do take bits and you add it to what you got to do next time because you got them on the King's birthday.
Kept them goalless. Kept them goalless in the first.
So we just, we started well. And Michael Gresham's a big one for us for that, coming to the club new. And,
and he's one of Spook's favourites,
Well, he went to the hospital yesterday half-time. So we lost him after half-time because he put his tooth through his lip.
Oh, shit.
So just in a contest, nothing untoward. Just through his lip and... so we lost.
Mate, he's fantastic to watch. What a nugget.
He's a good player.
Absolute nugget.
Solid.
Very good bloke too. Very, very good bloke. So,
okay.
They're a good side, Dramana.
No, very good side. Well, that rounds out round 7, what was in Division 1 in the MP. For now, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with the takeaways.
When your loved ones live alone, it's concerning. So I had no problem changing providers when I saw a better option.
Whether it's helping the aged maintain their independence or providing an approved NDIS package for someone with a disability, a visit from one of Aftercare's qualified personal carers can make all the difference. Aftercare prides itself on tailoring personalised service to the aged and those with disabilities and has done for 21 years. If someone you love could receive better care in their own home, call Aftercare on 1300 464663 or visit after-care.com.au.
Changing was the best thing we ever did.
So let our family help your family.
Are you tired of spending endless hours on property maintenance? Look no further. Introducing Askanish, your premium solution for high-end property maintenance. Our expert team with years of golf course experience specialises in broadacre spraying and large area mowing, ensuring your property maintains its pristine condition. Say goodbye to hassle and say g'day to perfection with Askanish. To find out more, call Rob on 0407 362 328.
Welcome back to Halftime Heroes, the latest on local sport across the Mornington Peninsula.
Welcome back to the Halftime Heroes. Commish, takeaways, please, for what was round 7.
Well, because Luke isn't here, probably the Frankston win over Pines, because I know he was concerned about that. That's a really nice stepping stone for the young team developing. We kind of knew Dramana might get over YC. The margin was probably surprising, but Luca, we spoke just talking off air then the ad break with how important Luca is to them. Him going to Carlton was a big loss for them, but look, there's nothing surprising in there for me other than Frankston developing nicely. Just that slow burn, the best burn.
And building belief in the young group.
Yeah, building belief.
Jared's building real belief in them or building belief in them. So,
and they're hanging around. I mean, they're only out of the 5 on percentage only, just behind
us,
just behind Red Hill and YC. Not dominant as they are, but Dramana clear favourites at this point in time.
Oh, they're a cut above. Dramana, and your outs, but your depth's got to be able to take the game away from a little bit, and like. To do that to YC, I don't know if Petulio played yesterday, but if he didn't, he's another big he's a big set of hands. But they're a clear cut. Then Mount Eliza, a very good side, and then YC, and then like I said, I think the rest of us are then
it's a bit of a cluster
competing to what we want to do. So
no, Petulio didn't play. Well, not listed. Jamie, for you, your takeaways for what was round 7 in Division 1 under the bus for you.
Yeah, for me, it's just Dramana are a cut above.
Yep.
And, but they're a very humble side too. I actually love the way they go about it, because...
On and off.
Yeah. Well, they're very good to play against.
Yeah,
and then
they're very fair.
They're very fair, and then they're super competitive in game. And, but you look at a Nicholas Collier who's underrated.
Yeah,
well, he's at Richmond playing a few games now, but he's such a good player.
Yep.
Yeah. And we talk about the arts and the foulers, but it's the next tier.
Yes.
And Tuvi playing forward, he's been waiting. Now he's got his opportunity.
That's right, he did.
So, they're a really good side. And
so the old footy thing is the bottom 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're only as good as your bottom 6.
That's it.
Well, their bottom 6 are
as good as any.
They're as good, better than
Jack
any in the
Slattery,
comp.
those guys still learning. They're
Correct.
pretty good players.
My brother, God love him, he's always said that, Commish, you're only as good as your bottom 6.
Correct. That's
He's
where your wins
said
come
that
from.
for years and years and years.
Your top 6 will always be good players.
Exactly, that's right.
They have a bad day,
right.
they're still good.
Yeah.
Sus, for you, please, takeaways for round 7. Punch the ball, don't fucking mark it. Is that what you...
That's one of the takeaways. No, look, I suppose the fight for the 5's still open.
Yeah.
So there's still some interest there, which is great for the comp. But I reckon great for Bombers taking on Pines there. So that gives them a bit of momentum now.
Yeah.
So Spook will be going off the dial.
Absolutely.
Is he watching cockfights or something?
Yeah, the Tibetan champion cockfights.
Which the best card.
Best card of the year. Best card. Pardon?
Only card.
Only card. Straight into the boiler for the loser. Commish, let's go straight into round 8, please. Dramana taking on Mornington at the Dramana Recreation Reserve. We were just speaking about them. They are going to get the job done easy, unfortunately, over
so Mornington might be just looking at... I know that one of Lee's first boxes that he wanted to tick was stay in Division 1. Now, there's got to be some little loogies thinking, Jesus, we're just hanging on here. And this will be another little lesson from down at Dramana.
And this will bring them back to percentage-wise as well. So
they're lovely. Good on you, mate. Thanks for coming on. But I know that was their mantra. And wow.
But having said that, we mentioned last week that Sorrento were going to give it to them this week. So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But Dramana.
Well, it was amazing because just on that side, we thought that was going to be a close game, and speaking to a Sorrento faithful, well, she's really a tragic. My mate Karen, she said they just got beaten across every form of the game.
Yeah, the old bottom 6 scenario will come into play.
And you have those games. Sometimes you're up for a while and then you just have them. And that's just normal. Buxton's a very good player for Sorrento, but you kind of remove him out of the equation he can even the tables clearance-wise, and then he can go. And Mornington have got a reasonably good midfield that can clear the ball really well. Yeah.
Mount Eliza taking on Frankston Bombers. Jeez, maybe that's why he's at the Tibetan cockfights or watching.
Just stay there.
The main event, because
stay there until next Saturday at 5 o'clock, because it ain't going to get any better, Chief.
Mount Eliza, of course.
I know they're looking forward to this one.
No, they are.
Mountie boys.
Absolutely. Oh, the Mountie boys are.
Yeah, they always do. Battle of the suburbs.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Sort of.
And that
Even
will be
they're at the bottom of the hill.
That will be played at Hemel Madsen Reserve. Mount Eliza, 2 quick round.
Way down the bottom of the hill. It gets wet down there too. It's like marshlands.
That's really swamp.
They live in the swamp, like Shrek. And we're just on top.
Oh, you're going to cop it.
There was, I'll tell you a story off air. I don't know if I can mention it on air, but one of my crews, well, it was actually, no, it wasn't Drewy, but one of my crews just stopped in at the Mount Eliza Park there at the toilets, not realising that it's it's a local hangout.
A meeting place.
It's just
Jamie, you wouldn't know from Hampton.
No.
Yep.
We have our own problems up there.
So it's gone over the hill, has it? It used to be at Sunnyside in the toilets. Now it's over the hill in the park.
No.
Well, I'll leave it there. Next match. Langwarrin taking on Frankston YCW at John Coburn Oval. Frankston obviously need to come out swinging, I would have thought. And will against Langwarrin.
Yep, and will. It's a good outfit.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
We like Langy, though.
I like Langy a lot.
Yeah. I really like the way
I think it's
going
to be closer.
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be closer than what we give credit to.
No.
Pineberg's
blowout.
Yep.
Pineberg's a really good player.
Yeah.
So's Cuthbert down back.
Yeah, bloody oath he is.
They're getting their
they
pillars
miss
right.
Mitch.
Yeah.
So, it's just... Yeah.
YC wouldn't want to have too many out.
No.
They want to get those boys back.
If you have guys like Petulio, Blucher in, it's different because you become that contest side's taken care of, and then you've got some real pillars forward. So,
correct.
But if they get them back, I'm not sure why.
Sorrento take on Pines down the highway. Dave McFarlane Reserve.
Always an interesting match.
Always. What year was it?
Bookends.
18. Was it 18?
19.
19. Yeah. The big controversy with the going to court, and geez, that's a grudge match every year. It's fantastic.
Second semi-final.
Sorrento will
head stomp.
Do enough there.
Sorrento,
I'll do enough there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the halftime heroes selection table match of round 8. We have chosen Red Hill taking on Rosebud. Jamie, take it away, please. How do you see this game? From the table to obviously coming this Saturday.
Well, Rosebud have been super competitive across all games, and clearly top 3 get a hold of most sides, but they've been really competitive, and I think Kuipers, their forward, really straightens them up, and their contest work's really good. So I think for us, it's a matter of playing our way for 4 quarters, and we haven't quite done that all year yet. So, and we always said we're a slow burn. We got 18 rounds to tidy up before we hopefully win enough games to see where we want to go. But it'll be a tough game. We're back at home. It's a reconciliation round for us, and our club takes that really seriously. So, we haven't had a lot of home games. We only had the 2 so far. This will be our 3rd one. So, we're hoping on the big deck we'll be able to get our ball movement going. And obviously our forwards are in good form. So if we give them enough supply, hopefully we can kick a score that, does the job.
How much work will you do throughout the week on Rosebud?
A little bit. So I start
scouting, watching tapes.
So I've already come in here this morning. I've downloaded their video. Okay. So I'll watch that when I get home, and the other boys go to work too. We've got David Gallagher does our midfield, the ex-Adelaide and Carlton, and Matt Bateman does our forward. So, and Michael Milkey's a backline coach.
Fantastic.
So it's
they do. You leave it to them to do their work,
do
their homework,
bits, and then
fantastic.
I'll do the collective, and so they've been really good. But it'll be another challenge, and like you said, the ladder will close up, and then there'll be pressure on trying to maintain.
Yep.
And with us, Frankston Bombers are coming, and so we're about to cross the halfway mark, and so there's no given. I just don't think there's any given games, and you got to be at your best each week, or have not as big a drop off in game. So we were disappointed about yesterday. So hopefully we get a really good response on Saturday.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not just a given because you want to respond. It's
how
you go about it.
Correct.
So we'll set the week up well and go from there.
Yeah.
The cranny boy now down at, cranny sort of Narry Warren, Kirk Dicko Dixon. Obviously another one you're going to have to be worried about. Talk of the town at the moment is Dicko.
He's a good forward.
Very good forward.
And he's a strong. His leading patterns are really aggressive. So he's not just a stay at home, compete. He's actually gets on the move.
Yep.
So you've got to use your mids to kind of cover us, leading lanes. And we wanted that with Mount Eliza yesterday because we know they hit shallow with a good intercept team, but we just couldn't. We didn't get back in time to help cover those leading lanes as well. So
give or take months, 22 years of age too, so it's scary, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
when kids like that are doing that 22. Sort of stuff.
Right.
Hasn't even really hit his straps yet.
That's great.
Had an incident a couple of weeks ago, and he went missing for one round, but he's back and firing. Just having a look at the team sheets, that was, where's my mouse gone? That was Langwarren and Rosebud. Both teams get better please, no best players, no goal scorers. It's all we ask. It takes 10 minutes, and the team manager can do it. Just put the stats in, please. That's it. So very, very interesting game is coming up in round 8 for the selection table. We're going to take a quick break, are we?
Yeah.
Do you reckon? Yeah, we'll take a break. We'll take a quick break, and I want to mention our sponsors after the break.
All right, sponsors.
We'll be back with more Halftime Heroes, the Spook Soapbox, which is going to be, I believe, Suss's
milk, what do we call them, pallets?
Yeah.
Here we go. We're starting on that shit again.
Stack the pallets.
That's right.
Stack the pallets, love.
Stack the Suss's pallets and the wrap. We'll be back with more Halftime Heroes.
Not all in-home care is the same. Aftercare has 21 years' experience matching clients to carers. For more personalised help with things like shopping, gardening, domestic chores and personal care. If someone you love could receive better care in their home, why wouldn't you change? Call Aftercare on 1300 464663 or visit after-care.com.au.
So let our family help your family.
Are you tired of spending endless hours on property maintenance? Look no further. Introducing Askanish, your premium solution for high-end property maintenance. Our expert team with years of golf course experience specialises in broadacre spraying and large area mowing, ensuring your property maintains its pristine condition. Say goodbye to hassle and say g'day to perfection with Askanish. To find out more, call Rob on 0407 362 328.
Welcome back to Halftime Heroes, the latest on local sport across the Mornington Peninsula.
Welcome back to the Halftime Heroes. What a funny
beep. That'll leave them there.
Yeah. Just stack
that's fine. 4 high.
Just put them 4 high.
It's now time for Suss's Pallets.
Rightio, folks. So, I got home at bit bleary-eyed this morning at around 2 a.m. and I decided to play the replay.
Good boy.
But I had to put my sunglasses on to watch the TV because 101 camera work, folks. You just don't put the camera facing to the sun. Oh, my God. So that's it. The next thing, are we going to talk about this Mount Eliza thing or what?
Well, it's a junior club thing. I've got no intel.
I went down the footy. I went down the junior footy last week to Mount Eliza, and they weren't playing any games there. They haven't been whoosh good.
And this week as well.
And this week as
well. So for the Halftime Hero family, there was obviously some chatter around, wasn't there, Commish?
There was. There was all sorts of things flying around.
Some loud chatter.
There's everything flying around.
Yeah, there is everything flying around, but I think we're across it enough now to know that it is just the junior.
You're just junior, nothing to do with
the
the senior
junior
club.
Football club. Yeah. It's got nothing to do with the senior football club, and it's revolved around obviously funds and what they do with them.
I don't think so.
I don't know whether it necessarily is.
But what I find is strange is that when you've got a group of parents, I've been on junior footy
committees,
club committees, I've been on association
League
committees and all that type of thing. When they go and get stuffs and the shit hits the fan, you hang around and you fix it.
That's right.
You just don't into the fucking bushland.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
That's what disappoints me.
That's probably the one...
that's my takeaway.
That's the one outlier. I think. Why have so many people done that, and it's disappointing.
Have gone missing.
Yeah. It's disappointing for the 1,000 junior members or whatever they are.
Well, exactly right.
And the unfortunate thing is they're starting to lose some families over it, and that so much hard work has gone into making that footy club the greatest, the largest footy club in the universe. It's a shame to see that. Oh no, I just can't believe that one person has done that, Jamie. But I haven't got any. Honestly, I haven't got any details.
But that's my takeaway from it. Is
good on you.
Is that you don't desert a sinking ship. That's the terminology I'm using.
Yep.
Is you hang around and you prop it up until you find out what's going on, and then you either put your hand up. Yeah, we've done something wrong. Or something's gone.
Because right now there's just a shitload of silence around it, isn't there?
It needs to be tidied up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because then that's when the rumour mill starts, and shit's getting made up,
and that's what's in action at the moment.
Exactly. So the leaders of the club need to stand up. The administrators need to come in. Both AFL South East and MPJFL need to come out.
FDJFL.
Oh, that's right. They don't play. Yeah, FDJFL, which are both administered by AFL South East.
So the kids aren't playing because of this.
They're not playing at home. Emil Masden because they're playing, but they've been fobbed off to other ovals because there's no committee because they've all walked out, so there's no one can take the blame if anything goes wrong, basically. So you can't run junior footy without the committee there.
It's a shame for the kids too, because then the rumours, the kids hear everything.
Exactly.
So get it out in the open and just whatever happens.
It seems
Jamie, it happens at the lower age groups too. If they get wind of it because they've heard parents speaking, then the opposition are going to come out and say, "Oh, you're all a bloody thief and cheats." I
heard a whisper that the president's young son was bullied at school.
Yeah, see, that's
this has nothing to do with the president, apparently.
Exactly. Well, this shit needs to stop now, and the people in the places, they need to stand up and make. Well, they need to make it, I suppose, public. So this sort of stuff.
I'll just get it
sorted. Sort the shit out.
Because it's under investigation, it's hard for anyone to say anything. But is it? Can't you still come out and sort of say, "Hey, look, it's under investigation," but our belief is
this is what's being investigated. You can come out and say this is what's being investigated.
Yeah, I know that Cass is working tirelessly. She's taken on a role at the junior club to try and help them through it at the moment. So there's some really good people. Willing to get in there and
another bloody role and responsibility.
Yeah, that's all she needs. But there's some really good people willing to get in there, sus, to help. But I don't know where the blockages are. I don't get it. I don't get any of that.
No doubt you've just offered to pick her up on the new GS and the 1200 and take her down to Tinker down, just down the hill.
Yeah. So that's me on my pellets. You can jam your
friggin' forklift. Take them
out. Back out. Spook you back on next week, champ.
Well, that's if the cockfighting doesn't go to another.
Could be a draw, and they might have to bring out all cocks.
Absolutely.
An all-in cockfight.
An all-in cockfight. Well, that is a wrap for the Halftime Heroes. I'd like to thank you, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie, thanks mate. Thanks for coming in. Awesome. It was bloody great.
Of course, Jamie Molo, the senior coach at the Red Hill Football Netball Club. Thank you to you, Commish.
Good on you, mate. Another ripping week coming up in footy now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always juicy stuff to talk about, isn't there?
We take the P1SS out on you, but geez, it's great to have you back. Because I'd much rather do it to your face than just an empty seat.
We just don't bag you when you're not here.
Peter, they bullying you in our garage?
We're up on a bullying charge.
What, we've got the 2,000 watt heater just pumping away. The bricks are warm.
It's a kiln. It's not a garage, it's a kiln. Never mind.
It's been an absolute pleasure. If you do want to support the Halftime Heroes, of course, we've got lots of
great sponsors.
Great sponsors on board. We've got Aftercare, we've got Askanish, we've got Pure Plant Protein, and there's a few more coming on, I believe, because the Halftime Heroes are keeping it real in MPFNL, and we just like doing what we do, don't we, Commish?
We love it. Keeping people up to
That is a wrap from the Halftime Heroes. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.